tight jaw giving you grief? Join us today as we learn some safe, gentle, and most importantly, effective exercises to help you fast. Hi guys, Dr. Steward, chiropractor from Resilient Health here, and today we're talking about TMJ pain, jaw pain, and some nice, safe, effective exercises that you can do to start strengthening up your jaw. So jaw pain we can usually split into two. We can either talk about it's the actual joint itself that's giving you some grief, or some muscle stuff. They're really tight, maybe they're overworked, maybe you're a clencher, maybe you're a grinder. So these sort of things can help teach you a bit of awareness in those muscles and go, am I doing those things? But also hopefully getting that joint happier so you don't get that pain, don't get those headaches, don't get that neck pain. So it's a real 2-for-1 with this guy. So first exercises we want to play with is just the actual jaw itself, doing some work there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do the movements of your jaw, and we're going to train some movement again. You can maybe sometimes feel when you open your jaw and close it, maybe one side goes a little bit first. Maybe you got a bit of a lag. Maybe when you open it, you've got like a deviation. So we're going to work on that. So the first thing we do is we're just going to open and close our mouth, but we're going to try and keep our tongue in the roof of our mouth, training that hard palate. So we're opening and closing. We're going side and side, and we're doing that jaw protrusion and coming back whilst trying to keep our tongue seated on the roof of our mouth. That's the first exercise. The next exercise we are going to do is we're going to just do something we call controlling rotation. So a minute ago we just said you might have one that comes forward, one that sort of lags forward more than the other. So what we want to do is we just want to start working that awareness and getting you to work on that. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your fingers on, and if you're crazy, even in your ear, or if you're in your ears, you can even feel it opening even more. And we're just going to do that, and you're going to open and close gently. And if you stop when you feel like one of those guys is pushing forwards into your fingers a little more than the other one. So this is just an awareness and control technique. So you might only open a little bit, but as you do it more, you'll get better at it. This is a very gentle exercise. This shouldn't hurt. It's just feeling until one starts to come forward a little more, and then you come back. So you're going to do that repetitively. All right. Next exercise is what we're doing is now going, you've actively sort of worked on, I'm opening and closing, I'm doing some of these movements, and now we're going to work on a little bit of resistance. Now, obviously, there are no dumbbells for your jaw, so we use our hands as that extra resistance. So again, we're going to open and close, we're going to go side, we're going to go side, but we're just going to add some extra resistance using our hands. So I'm trying to open, and I've got my hands, but maybe you're using my thumbs just on the edges of your jaw, trying to stop that from happening. You're going to hold that for maybe 2 or 3 seconds and then relax. Cool. So the last exercise we're going to do with your jaw is something called a cross-condylar mobilization. This is so we can get some stretch and a little bit of mobilization at the actual jaw itself. So we said before, it can be a muscle thing, or it can be the actual jaw itself, and it has like a little disc in there. So we can use this as a method to try and get some stretch into the actual joint and maybe help a little bit of that disc sort of sit back in. So how we do this is we have one hand just sitting on the top here, and the other hand is sitting on our jaw, and all we're doing is we're pressing with one and pressing with the other. And I'm going to push my hand into my jaw whilst I push my jaw back into my hand. So it's a bit of a, this one will look weird, you'll look weird, and that's why I'm on the internet doing this for you. Coming across. Cool. Now, the last two ones here we talked about before in our previous video. With jaw stuff, there is information, there's a role with your head and your neck. So the last two exercises we can do to help with jaw stuff is strengthening neck and strengthening shoulders. The first one being the deep neck flexors, which we've talked about in the past. So you can have a lie on your back, a little bit of that chin tuck and lifting the head. The other one we can work on is what we call your deep neck extensors, which will be at the back there, and we can do that in a sphinx position, and we're just holding our head, we're tucking our chin. And the last one being some scapular setting, which is something where we're standing there, I'm trying to bring my shoulders down and back, and in this particular exercise, we're gonna do that by shoulders down and back against the wall, and we're just gonna drive our elbows into the wall to help push off and get a nice squeeze in our back. So those are the jaw exercises. When do we do them? How often do we do them? So there's two schools of thought. The one I like to tell people to do is to do them with an established thing you're going to be doing with your mouth, which in this case is going to be brushing your teeth. So if you can do some of these guys whilst you're brushing your teeth and a few sets, maybe about 6 reps, that's a great way to do. So you've got a couple of these exercises that once you're done brushing your teeth, that reminds me I can do some of these jaw exercises. The other thing is you want to just do a little bit of pain is okay. So nothing crazy, but 2 or 3 out of 10. So there you go. You've got some exercises now today to work on your jaw pain, plus some stretches and some tissue release techniques we talked about last time to help you manage this pain fast. Thanks for joining us today. If you like what you saw today and you want to see some more, feel free to comment below what you'd like to see more of, and like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.